Hi, this is Mrs. Bellotti. In this short video, I will show you how to input data correctly into Google Sheets, how to use that data to create a scatter plot, and how to add a trend line and equation to your chart. The first thing to consider is, what is your data? For me, I had various pieces of metal, different volumes. I then took mass measurements of each of the different pieces of metal. What I could control, what I could change is my cause, and I will place whatever you want as your independent on the x-axis. So I chose the different volumes. Whatever is affected by your cause is on the y-axis. The y-axis is the effect or the dependent variable. For me, it was mass. I'm going to go ahead and place my volume data in and my mass measurements. Now, you may note that I have not added units. So, did I measure the mass of a piece of metal that was 496.82 tons? You don't know yet. Well, it was only in grams. So I'm going to go ahead and select my data and put in grams. Now I've made a mistake. Because Google Sheets is a number-based software, I can only have values. I can only have numbers in the columns. I can't have any letters. So the best way to communicate what your units are is to place it in the heading. I'm going to communicate that all of my mass measurements were in grams, and I'm going to communicate that all of my volume measurements were in milliliters. Now, I'm going to select my entire data range, including the headers, go to Insert, select Chart, and then we will see what chart shows up. Conveniently, the scatter plot chart showed up. This will not always happen. In science, we use all sorts of different charts. So if you come over here and scatter chart was not the first one that showed up, maybe it was a line chart, maybe it was a pie chart. The good news is you can change that. Go over to Setup, go to Chart Type, and the suggested charts may show you what you want. But you can see there's a lot of different charts. We'll use them throughout the year, but for today, I need a scatter chart. So I will select my scatter chart. Now, it looks good. Let's check the x-axis. It was volume. It was what I could control. It was the cause. And then over here on the y-axis, I have mass. That was my effect, the change, right, on the y-axis. And my title's there, mass in grams versus volume in milliliters. So far, so good. I have to add a trend line, and I would like Google Sheets to do the calculations so that I don't have to figure out the equation on my own. Go over to Customize and come down to Series. Go ahead and select Series. Scroll down until you see trend line. I'm going to go ahead and check that box, and it's added a trend line for me. Scroll down once again, and you will see other options show up. You can change the color. Right now, it's set at linear. That's what I want for my current data. Later in the year, we will change this, but for now, keep it at linear. And now, under label, I want to use the equation of the line. Now I have good data, a great scatter plot, a trend line, and an equation for that line. I am ready to analyze my data.